There's something far more unsettling about a calm, composed man crossing an unseen threshold and shifting into a force of calculated fury than any loud, public outburst. When this happens, you're likely witnessing a sigma male, a rare individual who refuses to fit into the typical alpha or beta roles, instead living by his own unshakable code. He usually keeps his emotions locked down, but there's a breaking point where the pressure builds too high, and his reaction catches everyone off guard. So, what exactly pushes a sigma to his limit? In this video, we're diving into 10 reasons why sigma males suddenly snap and the chilling truth behind their transformation from controlled restraint to ruthless action. Number 1. They form swift, unforgiving judgments. Sigma males are quick to read between the lines, picking up on everything from subtle body language to shifts in tone. If they sense dishonesty, hidden motives, or even incompetence, they mentally file that person away as not worth their time. They won't cause a scene or call it out right away, just quietly take note. But if someone keeps crossing the line, even in small ways, the sigma eventually reaches a breaking point. When that moment comes, there's no debate, no second chances, just a sudden, decisive exit or an unexpected retaliation. And once his mind is made up, that's it. No apology or excuse will ever change his decision. Number 2. They live by a strict inner code. Unlike those who seek social validation or compete for dominance in hierarchies, a sigma follows his own set of rules that rarely bend. He doesn't broadcast them, but if someone repeatedly crosses the line, there are consequences. To outsiders, his reaction may seem harsh or unforgiving, but for him, it's a matter of principle. A code means nothing if it's easily compromised, so when a boundary is broken one too many times, he doesn't hesitate. He enforces his code with sharp precision, no matter the emotional fallout. Number 3. They believe in precision over outbursts. Sigmas don't do loud, messy outbursts. They're all about strategy and precision. Instead of losing their temper or making a scene, they quietly gather information, figure out the best course of action, and strike when the timing is perfect. That could mean cutting someone from a project at the worst possible moment for them, walking away from a relationship without a word, or exposing a manipulator when there's no way for them to talk their way out of it. Since there's no buildup, their final move seems like a sudden, shocking reaction. But for the sigma, it's just the natural outcome of careful planning. Number 4. They're exhausted by others' blindness to red flags. A sigma picks up on manipulative tactics and subtle power plays almost instinctively. He sees the red flags long before anyone else does. At first, he might tolerate the situation, giving others a chance to notice and address the issue. But if no one does, or worse, if they outright deny it, his patience runs out fast. And when it does, he doesn't waste time. He either walks away without a second thought or calls it out in a way no one saw coming. From his perspective, the real question is, how did everyone else miss something so obvious? Number 5. They rarely express anger until it's overwhelming. Sigmas tend to keep their emotions locked away, believing that showing anger or sadness just gives others something to use against them. But bottling things up like that turns them into a pressure cooker. Every little betrayal or insult gets stored away, never dealt with in the moment. Then, out of nowhere, something small, a careless remark or a broken promise, triggers everything at once. All that suppressed emotion explodes in a way no one saw coming. The calm, controlled sigma. Everyone thought they knew is suddenly gone, replaced by a side they never expected. Number 6. They won't warn people more than once. A sigma doesn't waste time on endless arguments or repeated warnings, while an alpha might bark threats and a beta might grumble about an issue. A sigma handles things differently. If someone crosses a line, he might give one calm but firm warning. If that's ignored, he won't argue. He'll simply act when the moment feels right. To outsiders, His response might seem sudden or unexpected, but in reality, he's just following his principle of conserving energy and avoiding unnecessary conflict. Once he's set a boundary, the offender's time is running out. They just don't know it yet. Number 7. They prioritize control over emotions. A Sigma thrives on logic, preferring to analyze a situation rather than waste energy in a pointless argument. His calm demeanor helps him handle stress without cracking, but it also hides whatever emotions are brewing beneath the surface. People assume he's unshaken until the moment his composed exterior finally breaks. When that happens, it's not about being ruthless. He just sees emotional outbursts as unnecessary noise. But when reason alone isn't enough to keep his frustration in check, he doesn't drag things out. His response is swift, deliberate, and final. Number 8. They identify toxic cycles and end them abruptly. A Sigma has little patience for toxic cycles, whether it's drama-filled friendships or messy on-and-off relationships. The moment he realizes he's stuck in the same exhausting loop, he doesn't waste time on endless conversations or searching for closure. Instead, he walks away, clean, swift, and final. To others, it might seem like he suddenly snapped, but in reality, it's the result of weeks or even months of quiet frustration. In his mind, if nothing is going to change, why stay? Rather than dragging things out, he'd rather disappear and move on. Number 9. They detach once they see no future. A Sigma knows how to invest his energy wisely. The moment he senses that a situation, whether it's a job, a friendship, or a major life commitment, no longer serves his growth, he silently makes his decision. Outwardly, nothing changes. He remains polite, meets his responsibilities, and goes through the motions as if everything is normal. But internally, he has already detached. It's not a matter of impulse or sudden emotion. His exit is a calculated move, planned from the moment he realizes there is nothing left to gain, no lesson left to learn. When the time is right, he leaves. No warnings, no emotional outbursts, just a clean break. Those around him are left blindsided, mistaking his quiet departure for coldness or indifference. They assume he simply snapped one day, unable to see the slow, deliberate process that led to his decision. The truth is, a Sigma never truly walks away on a whim. His departure is never reactive, it's strategic. By the time others notice, he has already moved on in his mind, long before he physically steps away. This ability to detach isn't cruelty, it's survival. A Sigma refuses to waste time on anything that no longer adds value to his life. While others cling to stagnant situations out of habit, guilt, or obligation, he understands that walking away is sometimes the wisest choice. Number 10. They overstep the bounds of emotional self-defense. A Sigma male's sudden snap is both a shield and a blade. He's so dedicated to protecting himself emotionally or otherwise that he quietly tolerates small slights, waiting for the perfect moment to respond. But in doing so, he sometimes goes too far, cutting ties in a way that can never be repaired. It's a double-edged sword. He ensures he'll never be taken advantage of, yet he occasionally delivers a level of finality that the situation doesn't quite call for. That fine line between self-preservation and overreaction is where his calculated logic clashes with the storm inside him. And when those forces meet, the snap is sharp, decisive, and leaves others scrambling to make sense of the wreckage. For Sigma males, snapping isn't about throwing tantrums or craving attention. It's the breaking point of quiet observation, unspoken boundaries, and an unwavering refusal to let anyone overstep. They hold everything in until the very last moment, then release it in a single, chilling burst, whether it's cutting off toxic relationships or confronting hidden threats head-on. While this approach gives them control and certainty, it also leaves those on the receiving end reeling from the cold, unflinching finality of it all. That's all for this video. We hope you have found this video informative and interesting. Do you identify with any of these traits? Which sign resonated with you the most, and why? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let us know in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon for more interesting videos like this. Thank you for watching our video.